Hey class, I'm back. I'm finished with my master's program so I can get back to our ministry of virtual Sunday school. And so we're going to start out this Sunday with the lesson being on the people gave thanks to God. Our devotional scripture is going to come from Psalms 138, and our text is found in 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verses 1 through 12. 2 Chronicles is found in the Old Testament. It follows 1st and 2nd Kings and 1st Chronicles. Whereas 1st Chronicles focused on the royal line of David and his spiritual significance, 2nd Chronicles focuses on those kings who patterned their lives and they reigned after the life of David, which was a godly king. The temple and the temple worship is central throughout the whole book of Chronicles, which is befitting, and because this was a nation that whose worship is God and who is central to their way of survival. Their relationship with God was essential to their way of survival. Verse 1 of our devotional scripture, which is Psalms 138, states, I will praise you with my whole heart. Before the gods, I will sing praises to you. This starts us off really in a good place because here we're talking about praising God, giving thanks to God. How do we do that? How do you acknowledge God? How do you respond to God in an intentional way when it comes time to just spending alone time with God? How do you intentionally find that kind of space and time? Solomon was given the honor to build the temple, and which was the place that housed the Ark of the Covenant. Now David, his father, came up with the idea of building God a house, and he came up with the blueprints. But God told him no. It was going to be given to Solomon to do. So it took 7 years for Solomon to get this temple built, and he used the best of everything, the best gems, the best woods. Nothing was too good for God. So this was an extremely beautiful, beautiful building that Solomon built. And so when he had finished it, it says in 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 1, it says, when Solomon finished praying, fire flashed down from heaven and burned up the burnt offering and sacrifices, and the glorious presence of the Lord filled the entire temple. I mean, truly filled the temple, so much so that nobody could go inside. What made God respond in such an awesome way? It said when Solomon finished his prayer. So what did this prayer say? Which means we need to go back and look and see what chapter 6 says. And we can start at verse 12. This is considered Solomon's prayer. And so if we read from verses 6 through 42, we'll be able to see for ourselves what this prayer was all about. Now, I'm not going to explain the whole prayer to you guys because I think this is where interaction will be really helpful for us. So I want each one of you to read the prayer and then discuss it among yourselves about how this prayer could be found so pleasing to God. What did Solomon say? How did he address God? How did he petition God? How did he thank God? How does this prayer invoke you personally to produce greater faith? These are questions that I want you to juggle among yourselves. I mean, it doesn't have to be deep, but I do want you to discuss it because I think this is among